if you guys haven't created a YouTube channel, I don't know honestly what you guys are waiting for. This is honestly, I feel like, in my opinion, the greatest opportunity that gets skipped because a lot of people don't want to put in the time for a YouTube channel. Now, starting a YouTube channel isn't really hard. Honestly, your first video doesn't need to be this amazing video. It literally could just be a video like this where you're talking to a camera or maybe showcasing your hobby, your job, whatever it is that you want to talk about. Hey, maybe you're a teacher, and I say this because I know my sister and my wife, they're pretty much teachers, and if I was in their position, I would really just want to create videos talking about just what teachers do, right? Maybe tips, maybe their experiences, maybe things to avoid, so it's not that hard to start a YouTube channel. All you need nowadays, you could pretty much just use your iPhone to record. You don't need to spend money on a fancy camera like how I have. I'm a little guilty of buying cameras, but that's something different. That's because I love cameras and I love all this technological equipment. So, for me, I love cameras. So I don't really mind buying cameras, but if you want to make a YouTube video, you don't really need a camera. You don't need a fancy camera. Let me just make that clear. You don't need a fancy camera. All you need, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have iPhones or even Samsung Galaxies or Google Pixels or what's another phone? The OnePlus One? Is that whatever? You guys get what I'm trying to say. You guys don't need any fancy equipment. All you need is a very good phone, which a lot of people have nowadays. Just put it anywhere you want, press the camera button, and just start talking to your camera, right? So for example, let's just say I'm a barista, and I say that because my first job ever was a barista. So let's just say I'm over here working a 9-to-5 job at a coffee shop. And, I'm making my first video. I'm like, man, what kind of video topics do I do? Hey, maybe do a video called My Top 3 Lattes and just talk about the process. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, or not welcome back. This is your first video. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. And this channel, we're specifically going to be talking about everything coffee, of how to make it, my favorite coffees, coffee tutorials. I don't know, just something like that. Just bear with me. This is an experiment, okay? And I'm gonna be talking about my 3 favorite types of lattes, or not types of lattes, but I'm gonna be talking about my 3 favorite lattes as of 2025. The first one going to the cinnamon dolce latte, right? And I love this latte because it contains cinnamon, this and that, 3 shots, whatever you guys want to say. And the way we make it is very cool. I first pick up the cup, I add in 2 shots of espresso, the cinnamon dolce syrup, and then I go ahead and steam the milk at this specific temperature. I don't know, kind of like that, right? So then you just talk about it 10 to 15 minutes. If you want to be more creative, hey, maybe you put in the recipe right here, maybe B-roll footage of how you actually make the coffee. And then that could be one simple video. And that one simple video can generate a lot of ideas. Based on that idea, you could do my 3 worst lattes, or the number 1 tip every barista could do, right? The when it comes to YouTube, the opportunities are endless to create different types of ideas when it comes to videos, right? You can do a lot of ideas, a lot of videos pertaining to different topics in the niche of being a barista, of being a basketball coach, and being a bracelet maker, in terms of being a YouTuber. There's a lot of content ideas that even I want to take inspiration from, right? Because, I'm talking about YouTube, my experiences, and honestly, I want to be able to share with you guys a lot of these experiences, and so that you guys could at least get to know where I'm coming from, right? And so you guys could at least get to know me for who I am, right? Who am I? I'm just a 27-year-old content creator making videos in his living room, right? And this is a journey for me, and I'm not gonna lie, it's going a little slower than I thought. Obviously I would have loved to be in the hundreds of thousands. I could only dream, but that's not impossible. And I'm not too worried about that because, I want to be doing this because I find joy and passion in this. And honestly, I do. Like I've said in the past, these types of videos, they're kind of therapeutic to me. I feel like I could just vent to you guys. You guys are my therapist. I feel like I could just talk to you guys about whatever it is that I want to do, right? So when it comes to creating ideas on YouTube, the whole world is your canvas. You guys could spend 1 hour, 2 hours brainstorming on ideas. However it is that you guys want to go about this whole YouTube stuff, it just depends on you. It depends on how you want your workflow to be. It depends if you want to be just a very spontaneous YouTuber who literally just gets up in the morning and just goes like, okay, I want to record a video and post it today. Let's just go with the flow and let's just press record. There's a lot of people like that. Or there's a lot of people that actually plan out their videos. Okay, Monday, I'm going to start on the outline. Tuesday, I'm going to work on the script. Wednesday, I'm going to start recording a couple B-roll shots. Thursday, this and that. Friday, this and that. Saturday, edit it, first draft. Sunday, second draft. And then posting on Monday. Or maybe you take your process more serious and you take a whole month to make a banger of a video. But everyone is different, right? When it comes to YouTube, I'm not saying everyone has to be the exact same, because everyone is not the exact same. That's the beauty about YouTube. Everyone is their own creator, their own team, their own production. Or, if you want to maybe hire people in the future, obviously you could do that, But this whole YouTube stuff, in my opinion, is very cool because of all the freedom. Obviously, there's not 100% freedom, right? We have to follow guidelines. But when it comes to YouTube, you're pretty much free to create a bunch of content in whatever it is that you guys want to do. So it's pretty easy to start a YouTube channel. And if you're over here thinking that you need to start at the right time, no, you don't have to start at the right time. When I started on YouTube, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to press record. And whatever comes out of my mouth that day is whatever that's going to come out of my mouth. And that's going to be my first YouTube video. And if you guys want to see my first YouTube video, go ahead and go to my channel. Click on videos, click on the oldest, and you're going to see my very first YouTube video right there. It's pretty much me talking to a camera like I'm doing right now. But I was I don't even know what's the word. I was just very new to this, so I didn't really know how to talk. In my opinion, I feel like that video is just very dumb looking back at it because I felt like I was trying to portray this person, like this very serious person, like, hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anthony. Go ahead and look at it and go ahead and cringe at it because I know it's cringe. But as you guys can see, I'm much more comfortable. That is not a Karate Kid sponsored ad. No, I'm not sponsored, but I digress. As you guys can see, I'm much more comfortable in my skin when it comes to when it comes to making videos. That's because, all these 5 years have led to me being this way, so if you're scared of, man, I need to be upbeat, I need to be serious, I need to be your personality when it comes to YouTube is going to develop over time. And I'm saying that because I've experienced it. I was this very shy, extroverted kid when I was in elementary school, when I was in middle school, even when I was in high school. I was this very chubby kid. And I guess because of that, I was insecure. And I was quiet when it came to like classroom presence, right? I didn't want to get picked on to read in class. I didn't want to present. I didn't want to do none of that. And, but with my friends, obviously I was comfortable. I was comfortable because I was my literal circle and I was comfortable being myself. But when it came to like, presentations, or when it came to do something for the class or to speak up, I really didn't want to do that. And that was just me being insecure. But look, can you guys tell that I used to be insecure? I'm sure by all these videos, and for all the people that know me, you guys could see me that I'm not that insecure anymore. I really just learned to be comfortable in my own skin. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I still am a little insecure because, I always think that I look fat, or that I don't look good. But you know what? I'm starting to just be like, whatever, it is what it is. And, I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday, because honestly, that's all we're competing with, or that's the only person we're competing with, is ourselves from yesterday, or even ourselves from 10 minutes ago. We need to be better than we were yesterday. And, we're just trying to improve by small increments every single day to ultimately get to our goal and our milestones. And we're going to just try to keep improving. So your personality is going to evolve, right? Right now I'm very comfortable in my own skin. I love to be this very fun, go lucky guy, that's just all about good vibes and good energy. And you know what? That's honestly what's going to happen to you. Maybe at the beginning of your YouTube career, maybe you're a little bit more serious, maybe a little bit more tense, like, hi guys, welcome to my channel. And oh man, I messed up. Oh man, I need to restart this video. Like, yes, okay, if you guys want to do that, perfectly fine. Just keep in mind that obviously you could edit out the parts that maybe don't make sense or maybe you mess up. So whether you mess up or not, just keep going. Just keep going, because when you post or when you edit it, you could edit out the parts that you messed up. So, cut yourself some slack. Not everything has to be perfect. Do multiple takes if you have to. Especially me. I say this from experience too, because I know I mess up a lot. Every time I talk, I mess up, I stutter. I'm not very coherent when it comes to making my sentences. Sometimes I feel like I start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. So I mess up, or I sound very uneducated, for a lack of a better term. But I don't care. This is me. This is who I am. And yeah, anyone can start a YouTube channel. To bring it back full circle, and the main topic of this video, anyone can start a YouTube channel, even a little kid. Look at all these little kids that are starting their YouTube channels. It's truly an amazing career that a lot of people could do anytime, right? Whether or not this is a very practical career, if you want to maybe, be as a celebrity, or, there's a lot of factors, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're simply talking about the fact that anyone can start this YouTube career, right? If you're a teacher, if you're a construction worker, if you're a delivery driver, if you're a barista, a baker, whatever it is that you are, you could do a YouTube channel. Okay. So with that being said, YouTube is going to recommend 2 videos. Bloop, bloop. Go ahead and click on whichever one you want to watch. I would truly, really appreciate it, because I do get watch time and I do want to get monetized, and I am trying to reach 100,000 subscribers. Now, if you guys want to be part of this success story of mine, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting, and I'll see you guys on the next one.